All right, tonight we're going to be talking about operant conditioning. Operant conditioning is the idea that people learn to do certain things or not to do certain things based on the consequences of their actions. So, unlike classical conditioning, operant conditioning involves the conditioning of voluntary behaviors. Classical conditioning involves reflexes and involuntary behaviors, but operant conditioning instead involves choices. Okay, so people are choosing to do certain actions based on their past experiences of either receiving reinforcements or punishments after doing that action. This idea was studied by B.F. Skinner in the 1930s and 1940s. His most famous experiment involved the Skinner box, and it's a box that included a shock generator and also receiving food. So he'd place rats inside the Skinner box, and the rats would push a lever and receive a food pellet. Now, in order to train them how to do this, at first it was just by chance. Okay, the rat didn't know that he had to push the lever in order to receive the food. But over time, he accidentally pushed the lever, received the food, and that encouraged the behavior to continue. He also experimented using an electric shock. So this plate that the rat is standing on would actually deliver a constant stream of electric current into the box, and the electric shocks would stop once the rat pushed the lever. So he was trying to experiment and look at the difference between reinforcements and punishments on desired behavior. Now, the basic idea behind operant conditioning is that a stimulus is going to cause a voluntary response, and then that response is going to receive a consequence, either positive or negative, or reinforcement or punishment. So consequences are either in the form of reinforcements, which are used to increase desired behavior and to support and encourage good behavior, and punishments, which are used to decrease undesirable behavior and kind of force you to stop doing those things that we don't want you to do. There are two different types of reinforcements. There are positive reinforcements and negative reinforcements. Now, for all of these examples, when we're talking about positive and negative, I don't want you to think about positive being good and negative being bad. I want you to really think about it as positive being addition, negative being subtraction. So in positive reinforcement, they increase the frequency of the desired behavior because a person receives something that they want following the behavior. So again, this is trying to encourage good behavior by rewarding you with receiving something. So teachers use this all the time. Anytime a student does well on a paper or on a test, teachers like to put things like excellent, good job, perfect, you did it, happy things on top of the paper, hopefully to encourage students to continue to do well on future assignments and future tests. Negative reinforcements, again, think subtraction, they increase the frequency of desired behavior because something unpleasant stops happening or is removed after you do the thing that is, the good thing that you should be doing. So the classic example of this one would be flossing your teeth. Okay, flossing your teeth is something that we should all be doing. It's a good thing that we should be encouraging. And the way that it would work with a negative reinforcement is, let's say you have something stuck in your teeth. As soon as you floss your teeth, you're removing that unpleasant thing, and that's going to encourage you to continue to do that behavior, that good behavior of flossing. Now, punishments are a little bit different. Again, there's going to be two types, positive punishment and negative punishment. Same thing as before. I want you to think positive addition, negative subtraction. So positive punishment decrease the behavior by adding an undesirable consequence. So punishments the main goal is to get you to stop doing something. So classic example of this would be a cat. Let's say you're petting your cat and it's purring and it's all happy, and then you go to scratch the cat on its stomach, and all of a sudden it starts hissing and scratching and biting you. Okay, it doesn't want you touching its stomach, and so it's using positive punishment to hopefully teach you not to do that behavior anymore. So it wants to decrease the behavior by adding an undesirable consequence of biting and hissing and being mean. Negative punishment decreases the behavior by taking something away, like a privilege or a right that you have. So again, typical example of this would be, let's say you get bad grades. Okay, we want to decrease that behavior. We want to make that behavior go away. So maybe your parents will take away your cell phone or take away your TV rights. So the idea behind negative punishment is that something is being removed. You don't like this thing being removed, so hopefully you'll stop doing whatever it is that you were doing. All right, that's it. We're going to go over these tomorrow in class, and I will see you then. Have a great night.